News time, 9 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Monday. Top of the morning from the newsroom of Regional Radio and DeWittDailyNews.com. I'm Seth Lawrence with this expanded 7 o'clock newscast brought to you by Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton, your Silverado headquarters, and brought to you by Connexus, providing fiber internet to Clinton. Learn more at DeWittDailyNews.com. As much as some would like the summer to never end, a local nonprofit already has its sights set on October. Janice Peterson is the executive director of the Clinton Chamber of Commerce and explains the Chamber's haunted house is beginning preparations for this year's season, and they are looking for volunteers.
We started the haunted house back in February when everybody, and I think we talked about it, when everybody went, a few people went to convention, and rumor has it there's a new prop this year. So that'll be something to look forward to. But yeah, the house is open for us to work on. We've got new rooms coming this year, which I obviously can't divulge any info, but I know. I wish it would be like, I can't do that. We do need volunteers. I need to bring that up first and foremost. We need volunteers. We have a handful of people that have been with us for years, and they know that house inside out, upside down, and backwards. But there are only a few people. And we really do need some extra hands. You don't have to have any experience. We'll teach you whatever you need to know. It can be cleaning room dividers. It can be putting up new cardboard. It could be painting. It could be a lot of different things. So just please reach out to us at the Chamber if you have any interest. It is all volunteer. It's usually a couple nights a week, couple hours a night. Okay. So it's not like a huge thing, and it's at your convenience, but it's fun. Everybody is great, and I think it's a lot of the work nights are a lot of fun.
In the early stages, Peterson indicates much of the work includes cleaning the props and rooms. As it progresses, volunteers can expect to have tasks like putting up cardboard walls and painting them.
First of all, to let somebody know what we do, when we go in and open the house, we have to clean everything. We've had water in the basement a couple times in the past year. That all needs to be swept out. It's not a hard job. It's sweeping a concrete floor. But then we have dividers. In some of our rooms, as you go through into a room, there'll be a plastic divider that you'll walk through. Doesn't hurt you or anything, and most people are used to that, and that's not anything I can't give away. Those need wiped down. Just everything does need a cleaning. This year, we need to put some new cardboard in some of our hallways. And so that would just involve a staple gun, probably an X-Acto knife, and some cardboard. And it won't be a one-person job. There'll be several people, working on that. Okay. Once that cardboard gets up, it's probably going to need painted because we don't have just plain cardboard walls. I mean, they look like it, but that'll need done. So basic cleaning, painting, yes, building. Last year, we put in a new room. And they literally built that room from scratch, from the 2x4s to everything else. So there's just a lot that goes in it. We typically do not change out an entire room. This year is an exception. And I can't tell you what's going away, but there are at least one room and possibly two that are totally going away and will be demolished and rebuilt. Typically it's spruced up. We might add a prop. We might add another scare. We might add sound. And we do sometimes change the rooms around a little bit too. It might be that you walk through the hallway and you had this one last year and it might be over here this year. But typically everything is enhanced. We do like to change it up. If we could change every single room every single year, we would do that. But it's not feasible. It's not financially sound to do that. Sure. But yeah, there is a lot to go in it. And this year we've got some really great ideas, and we want this to be a kick butt house. I want this haunted house to be the best one ever.
Peterson encourages anyone interested in volunteering and notes the more people they have, the more fun it is, and the faster they can get the work done. She reiterates there is no experience better than enthusiasm for helping out.
The more the merrier. Because we might have a room that takes a lot of time. So if you've got our regular volunteers in that and they're really pushing hard, then some of the other stuff gets left. Last year, for example, we had a couple ideas for a room and they didn't happen because we ran out of time and didn't have enough people. Okay. So if there's a group, 10 people, 5 people, let us know. It can be more than that. We will keep you busy. Like we just usually meet Tuesdays and Thursday nights from like 6 to 8. Okay. Sometimes 6 to 9. As it gets closer to opening, we're there every night for about the week before. And this year we're open 5 weekends. So, we're going to be pushing. And there's just, like I said, there's always something to do. And there's so much knowledge, the people that are there, that you can walk in and say, what do I need to do? And they'll take you under their wing and that's what you need to do. I mean, that is subject to change.
Sure.
Depends on everybody's availability.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have one group of guys that goes in during the day when they're not, but our rule is that you have to be in pairs. We don't want just one person in there working by themselves. There's stairs. But yeah, this team just goes in and they work on stuff that they need to do. And
Gotcha. If you're interested in getting involved in this year's haunted house, email the chamber at events@clintonilchamber.com or call 217-935-3364 and ask for Janice or Aaron. News time is 14 minutes after 7 o'clock here on this Monday. Fair season in Central Illinois is in full swing, and this week another kicks off in West Central Illinois. Terry Miller-Casey, director of the University of Illinois Extension in Logan, Menard, and Sangamon counties, indicates the Menard County Fair is July 15th through the 19th, and it is unique because 4-H'ers have already shown their general projects.
Our shows are from July 15th through July 19th at the beautiful Menard County Fairgrounds in Petersburg, Illinois. So Menard's a little bit unique because we were talking about the general project show coming up this Saturday. The Menard County kids show their general projects with the Sangamon County kids. So they'll already have that all done, but the livestock shows they do in conjunction with the fair. And so on Tuesday, July 15th, they're going to start with goats at 11 a.m. They can be ornery, but they are so cute. And then we're going to follow it up on Wednesday, July 16th at 8 a.m. with the sheep. The sheep are cute too. They're just a little bit, they're sometimes stubborn. You think the goats are stubborn, but sometimes sheep, they can test you. And then our 4-H rabbit show is on Thursday at 9 a.m. Then our swine show is at 7:30 a.m. on Friday. We like to do that bright and early to keep our little swine friends from getting too warm. And then we do our master showmanship contest on Friday at 5 p.m., which we talked about earlier, where the kids get to show 3 different species of animals. And then we have our rounding out of the show on Saturday, July 19th, 8 a.m. with the beef show.
Miller-Casey notes, swine and beef are always popular livestock to be shown, but they've seen a big surge of students interested in showing goats and rabbits.
Well, obviously, we get a lot of swine and beef. That's always pretty large participation. But interestingly enough, remember what I was saying with the projects earlier, sometimes you get clusters. We've really seen a surge in interest in goats and also rabbits. So we're seeing a lot of young kids coming in wanting to do goats and rabbits. And so we're really seeing more entries in those areas as well. But each year can be different. Sometimes your entries are down just because the kids, maybe some kids have aged out, and you haven't gotten the newer, younger kids in yet. So those numbers can vary, but it's been really interesting to see the renewed interest in the rabbits and the goats.
Because the 4-H show is in conjunction with the county fair, Miller-Casey says many families stay for the whole week, and it's a good opportunity for families to build relationships with each other and enjoy all the county fair has to offer.
Well, it's in conjunction with the fair, the county fair. So a lot of, especially our livestock families, are often there for the whole week. So it's a great opportunity for them to all get to know each other from across the county and also get to know other folks who've come in for the fair. They have activities every night in Menard County at the fair, so the kids can enjoy those when they're there. Usually we do something fun like a scavenger hunt, or we have different kind of fun activities for the kids so that if they're waiting for their particular project area, they have something to do, and also gets them out, gets them talking to each other, gets them meeting. The week right after, we have a 1 week break, and then boom, we're right into the Logan County Fair. That's always an exciting fair. I just want to say that I'm very grateful to our county fairs for what they do and how they support 4-H as well. And we're very lucky to have 3 counties with 3 very nice fairgrounds that are very supportive of 4-H. And so just a shout out to our county fairs across the state.
To learn more about the 4-H shows in Logan, Menard, and Sangamon counties, visit extension.illinois.edu/LMS. News time is 18 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Monday. The Social Security Office of the Inspector General recently issued an alert warning against a growing scam involving fraudulent remote job offers claiming to be associated with Social Security and other government agencies. Jack Myers with Social Security indicates scammers are posing as hiring personnel or recruiters and offering fictitious remote positions like administrative assistant, claims processor, or virtual benefits coordinator.
Yeah, so we do unfortunately have to talk about scams a lot, but this one is a twist. Okay, so this one is a different type of scam than what we normally see. Recently, our Office of Inspector General issued a scam alert regarding remote job scams. So basically, what they were warning against was a growing scam involving fraudulent remote job offers that falsely claim to be associated with Social Security or other government agencies. These scammers are posing as hiring personnel or recruiters, and they're offering fictitious remote positions with the government, such as administrative assistant, claims processor, virtual benefits coordinators.
According to Myers, these scammers may use fake SSA email addresses, official-looking documents, or spoofed phone numbers. Additionally, they may ask for your personal information, like a Social Security number, banking details, or copies of government-issued ID.
And they've got pretty elaborate setups. You know, some of them are using fake Social Security email addresses, official-looking documents, spoofed phone numbers on caller ID, so you can't ever trust caller ID in that situation. And some of the things that they're asking for, Seth, is that they're asking for people's personal information, such as Social Security numbers, banking details, copies of your government issued IDs, all things that you would normally associate with getting a new job, but these aren't real jobs. So when they get that information, then you're vulnerable to identity theft. Another angle that they're taking is sometimes they're telling people that you need to pay for training materials or computer equipment to get you set up, as a condition of this employment. That, of course, isn't going to be true, but what they're trying to do is get your money from you. So just be very careful of that. Unfortunately, they're trying to exploit people's desire for remote work. And sometimes people really, really want that remote work and don't always necessarily think about the fact that, hey, this seems a little too good to be true.
Scammers are trying to exploit people's desire for remote work. As Myers indicates, key warning signs of a scam include unsolicited job offers through a phone call, text, or email, or social media, requests for personal information or payment, and pressure to act quickly or threats of missing out on the opportunity.
Yeah, so great question. I think some of the times one of the most obvious things is, did you seek this or did it seek you, right? So if you're getting this unsolicited job offer through a phone call, text, email, social media, that's a pretty big red flag for this type of thing. Also, any kind of request for personal info or payment, the payment especially, I think it's probably pretty normal for people to, it is, I don't want to say probably, it is absolutely normal to be asked for Social Security number and things like that with a new job. But payment, that's a little weird. You're not going to get a government job and then be expected to pay for your training and your computer equipment. So that would be something to look for right off the bat. But then also that pressure. There's always a pressure component to these scams because they're trying to get to you before you can rethink it, right? They don't want you to talk to people and be alerted to the fact that, hey, this doesn't smell right. So if someone's trying to pressure you to act quickly with threats of missing out on the opportunity, that's a key warning sign to watch for too. A few things that you can do to protect yourself. Number one, just visit our website on scams. So ssa.gov/scam. You can report scams there, and you can just learn about all the different types of scams that we're seeing and hearing about. And then another thing you could do is you could verify Social Security Administration job openings through our official Social Security Administration career page at ssa.gov/careers. I haven't been on there lately, but I haven't seen a whole lot, and certainly I'm not seeing a lot of remote job offers right now. So just be aware of that and be careful.
Again, the website's ssa.gov/scam. Report scams and learn more. You can also verify SSA job openings through the official SSA careers page at ssa.gov/careers. News time is 24 minutes after 7 o'clock here on this Monday. Plenty more to get to coming up on the WHOW Morning Show.
Experience the power of better connection with Connexus Fiber Internet. Connexus delivers ultra-fast, reliable speeds to keep you connected at the speed of life. Whether you're working from home, streaming your favorite shows, or gaming with your friends, Connexus has you covered. Say goodbye to buffering and dropped calls and say hello to fiber fast internet. Ready to upgrade your connection? Sign up today by clicking the Connexus icon at DeWittDailyNews.com. Nothing connects us like Connexus.
Is the summer heat getting to you? This is Scott Baum from Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton and Farmer City, inviting you to cool down in a new Chevy. We have cool new crossovers like the Chevy Equinox or hot new trucks like the Chevy Silverado 1500, which has up to $7,500 in extra savings over our regular discounts. See all our inventory and prices online. And don't forget, we need and would love to trade yours in. Chevrolet, together let's drive. BaumChevyBuick.com, right from the start.
News time, 25 minutes after 7 o'clock here on this Monday. Again, I'm Seth Lawrence with you folks today for this expanded local newscast. It's the 75th anniversary for 4-H Memorial Camp in Monticello. A celebration is planned for later this month. Director Andrew Davis spoke on the camp's history during an interview with the RFD Radio Network in 2024.
So back in 1946, Robert Allerton decided to make a great big donation to the University of Illinois of what's now Allerton Park and 4-H Memorial Camp. And he donated 250 acres to be used as a youth camp. And 4-H got involved right away. And they actually started camping out here in 1948 in tents. They had a little shelter as they were getting the property kind of put together and developed, all via donations from 4-Hers and folks around the state. And in 1950, they did an official dedication on our dining hall and the rest of the facility. And 4-H Memorial Camp is here in memory of 4-H members who died in World War II. So that's why we're here. That's why we're called Memorial Camp. Obviously we have pretty good records from the last quite a few years with, keeping everything on computers and whatnot. And we actually have found some of the old reports. So that's one thing we're going to be doing is totaling this up. But here for a number of years, we've had anywhere from, 5,000 to 8,000 people here a year. So coming out here, be they kids or all the way up through adult groups.
The 75th anniversary celebration is set for this Saturday, July the 19th. News time, 27 minutes after 7 o'clock here on this Monday. Before you donate to those affected by the recent floods in Texas or other natural disasters, take time to see if the plea for its help is legitimate. With disasters come fundraising efforts, and with fundraising efforts come scam artists. According to the Better Business Bureau, investigator Don O'Brien says crowdfunding is a popular method of raising money, but it can be risky for those those moved to donate.
Scammers can make appeal saying they lost a loved one or their cousin or some type of relative may have passed away, and they can use photos from media coverage of that event, and it may or may not be real. But if you go to our we have BBB has a charity arm called the Wise Giving Alliance, give.org, and right now on my screen I'm looking at about a dozen charities that are accredited with Better Business Bureau, and those ones you can count on.
O'Brien reminds the social media has made it easier for scammers to get your money. There are many hazards online, but again, guidance through the Better Business Bureau is available at bbb.org/St. Louis. The clock is ticking for President Trump to find a solution for China-based ByteDance to divest in TikTok or face a ban in the United States. Upon becoming president, Trump signed a 90-day extension to allow his administration more time to find a buyer, but that deadline expires in early September. A person critical of the president's extension is Central Illinois Republican Darren LaHood, who says a deal needs to happen sooner rather than later.
There is a direct correlation and link between the Communist Chinese Party and ByteDance, which is the owner of TikTok. So they are constantly stealing our personal privacy data. Also, if you look at the algorithms, you're never going to see anything that criticizes Xi Jinping or the Communist Chinese Party. So they're using this to manipulate data in many different ways.
According to recent data, a third of U.S. adults use TikTok, which translates to approximately 170 million Americans. And again, that 90-day extension in September 17th. Time now for a look at this morning's obituaries. 83-year-old Phyllis E. Barrigier of Lincoln passed away Monday, February 10th at Carlinville Rehabilitation and Health Center. Graveside services for 83-year-old Phyllis E. Barrigier will be Thursday, July 17th at 2:30 p.m. at Greenwood Cemetery in Decatur. Peasley Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. News today brought to you by Baum Chevrolet Buick and Connexus. Get news anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com.
With SRN News, I'm Greg Clugston in Washington.